Welcome to PC Wits Kids Tech Talk. Today we're looking at a comparison between the Radeon HD7950 Overclocked that I did here from Sapphire compared to the previous 7970 that I reviewed from Diamond at default clock speeds. So we're going to do a quick comparison and see if it's worth the extra money to go to the 7970 as opposed to getting this card, which obviously can do just the same, uses less power, right? Less power consumption is always good. Lower temperatures is always good. Lower price, right? Saving money is always good. So that's why I thought I'd just do this and show you guys the card briefly here and then get right into the benchmarks to show you what I'm talking about. So for many of you that want the latest and greatest, you want to save the $100, put that $100 towards, I don't know, getting a SSD drive, getting something else that can boost the performance of your machine, and then overclock this card. Right, overclock this card to match or exceed even the 7970. Here's my system. Okay, I ran the 7970 and the 7950 on this machine. Here are the specs, so you got exactly what I'm running this on. And if we look at the architecture of the 7900 series cards, they're basically identical except for a few things such as the stream processors, which give a boost, overall boost to things, right? So you're going to get a few more texture units, you're going to get a faster texture fill rate, but you know, the bandwidth is still the same. This is still a 384 bit card, right? So it's going to be a fast, high-end card. Keep that in mind. I did go into the Sapphire Tricks utility to overclock this card. It has the same exact memory, but I overclocked the memory as well to match the 7970, which I previously reviewed. I'll put the video below for that if you wanted to look at that. So I matched the clock speeds, and it's got the same or similar architecture, like I said, the Tahiti code name. I left the fan speeds at automatic, okay, on both cards, right? And all I did was just overclock the memory and the core clock for the GPU to match. Here are the temperatures. You can see they're much lower on the 7950, so that's a big plus. Even when overclocked, it's lower. I love it. In the games, in the synthetic benchmarks, for 3D Mark 11, the performance benchmarks you can see here compared to the 7970, the 7950 almost gets there, right? And also in the 3D Mark Vantage, if we look at the GPU score, again, just by about 1,000 points, it almost matches the 7970 running at the same clock speed. So very good for just overclocking the 7950 a little bit. I did find, though, that the 7970 did not do as well as the 7950 overclocked in Cinebench, okay, by about 1 frame per second. So that was quite interesting to see here. The gaming benchmarks, however, hands down the 7970 beats the 7950 overclocked to match on all the gaming. But then again, at these high resolutions, you can't really notice at these frame rates any difference because it's so smooth. I mean, can you really tell an average of about 139 frames per second as opposed to 144 frames per second? No, your eyes, you can't tell that, right? You can't tell. It's smooth anyways. So the question again is, do you want to spend the extra $100 to get a card that uses more power, heats up more, I mean, costs more, right? Bottom line is, I wouldn't, right? I mean, if you have a 7950, you'll be able to overclock it a little bit to match. You'll get less power consumption and save yourself $100, right? Comes really close to the 7970. Obviously, it doesn't beat it, but again, the performance was so good, you probably never noticed the difference, right? So that was the whole point of this video. Save your money. If you're looking for the latest and greatest, get this card. I mean, even the NVIDIA cards, they don't match the power. I mean, the temperatures of this were absolutely terrific. And I'd like to thank Sapphire for providing it. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Please like my video to support it. And thank you for watching, guys.